Once your phone app is turned on, a map will appear with all of the work orders that you have underneath. The work orders will shuffle by location. For example, the blue dot you see is my location, and the two red dots are jobs. The first job that we're going to look at is the second one, which is a job 1138, and I'm going to touch on 1138. It is then going to look for the GPS to see if I am close enough to this job to allow me to take the job out. When it does this, you'll see that the light has now changed from red to green, letting me know that the system is recognizing me being close enough to the job. It also shows me that it has a down arrow so that Robert Baker is being served as an RA and as an individual. I'm going to do him first as the RA. The system is going to reset, and I am now going to go for an attempt. Three options are attempt, serve, and non-serve. I'm going to hit attempt, and it's first going to let me know, because I moved it outside of the range, which means that I'm more than 1/8 of a mile from the location of service. And it would ask me, why am I taking out this job that I am outside the range? So I have all these options to choose from. I'm going to cancel. I am going to refresh the phone now because I'm going to be moving back into range. Wait for the job to come up. I'm back in range. I'm going to do an attempt now. Now that I was within a block, 1/8 of a mile, it's letting me know that I'm in range now, and it's not asking me to give a reason why I was trying to serve the job outside the range. At this point, I have three options. Number one, I can just use my phone to type in comments. Then type in "no one answered door." However, if I don't want to do that, I can also use the standard text button, which is set up in the user maintenance for all these things. So I can check off, confirm the defendant's still at the address. I left a note for the defendant. Spoke to the management company. Gives you a lot of options. Defendant's name is located on the mailbox or directory. I can hit OK. Now I have all these pre-printed sentences that I selected. And then in addition, which is a feature of the iPhone and the Google phone, I can also talk into the phone by just hitting my microphone and test 1, 2, 3. And as we see where I was touching, test 1 through 3 appeared. And if I want to erase all that, then I can just touch it there and go back. Or, for example, this was a test job. Can add that. Now, one feature that is interesting is we can include an image from the camera. At this point, I touch the include an image, which opened my camera. Once that's done, I go to my save feature, and all of the text and the pictures will be saved into this job. Now that I've saved an attempt, let's do a service of a job. I'm going to go back to the same job, the Baker Company. I'm going to leave it come up to the job, It will then show me a green light that I'm within distance, and I'm going to go to a serve. And the person that I'm serving in this case this is a corporate serve because there was 2 defendants, him as an individual. I then hit corporate, and it shows me I successfully saved. I then can type in the person's name that I served, and I'm going to put on all caps. Then from there, I got his name. I'm going to go to his age. Say that he was a 45-year-old. I'll just scroll down. Male, race, white, height, put him at 5'10", build, say medium, hair colors, premise type, let's say that this was a business. I can also put in comments at this time. Mr. Baker related that he is authorized to accept service. And then at that point, I could attach another image if I wanted to, but I'm just going to save it. Now, what this has done is, this was a 2-part job. There were 2 defendants, Mr. Baker and Mr. Baker individually. I only took out the 1 job. I could go back in now on the phone app and take it out again, or what we're going to show in just a minute is the copy and paste feature of the software in the takeout screen. We'll get back to that in just a minute. Now, on a non-serve, let's say we're going to go to the other Baker job that we have, which is right down the street. And on this one, we're actually over the limit on the job. So I'm going to hit non-serve. That means we're not in the proper distance. And I'm going to put down here a reason why the geocode wasn't working, a different address, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a different address. Now, under the comments, I spoke to Robert Baker, a co-defendant in this case, who related that Betty Baker has moved to California and is no longer at the office down the street. I could also use the standardized text that confirmed the defendant has moved, spoke to an employee, so on and so forth. Then I can save that. It's also going to ask me for what kind of premise that was.